All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going racing from Phoenix. Up front will be Jeremy Gardner and Kenny Hyde Jr. Points leader Patrick Gitter and Jacob Morgan on the second row. Blake Vick and Richie Joplin have the third row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Justin Swafford on the fourth row, and Patrick Piper, PJ Cox rounding out the top 10. Brandon Newby in 11th and Lonnie Roberts starting 12th. Lane Corey in 13th, Tony Kerr in 14th. Michael Doan in 15th. Colby Whipple is 16th. Sean Corbridge 17th. Ryan McDaniel in 18th. Jarrett Woodard in 19th. And James Smith starts 20th. 21st is Russell Worth. Mickey Mouse and the Mouseketeers start in 22nd. Jason Miz is 23rd. Otto is in race control. Pudge starting in 25th. Kevin Bernheimer in 26th. 27th is John Billingsley. Jack Inwood in 28th. Brett Edwards rounding out the field in 29th. Jacob Morgan has been on the edge of multiple wins this season. He's qualified fourth. Will he be able to pull it off here? Will Jeremy Gardner get another win and put some more close the points gap between him and Patrick Gitter here tonight? Will Blake Vick in mid-race decide to park it where he parks best? And of course, the one question that was discussed during pre-race tonight, will Ryan McDaniel pull a dirty McDaniel in the middle of the race? You finally got me. You guys finally got me on that one. Oh, I can't believe I missed that, but yep, you guys got me. Jack Inwood. All right. Holy cow. All the boys are lined up and ready to go racing here at Phoenix. The correct version of Phoenix. No stupid cut-throughs. You drive it like it was intended. That is a good point. The Boston and New York trucks are starting side by side, aren't they? Here we come out of turn number 4. Pace car drops in. Gardner is going to lead him down. Green flag is in the air. They fire and are away at Phoenix. Off into turn number 1 they go. Kenny Hyde Jr. gets a jump to the lead out of turn number 2. Here comes Patrick Gitter. Trying to find a way past Gardner. He hops down to the bottom. Meanwhile, look at the mess behind him. It looks like the pack is actually broken up. We've got one, I think, that might have gotten the wall there. Looked like PJ Cox might have just given the wall a love tap going into turn 3. Did look like he had a little bit of right side damage. Oh! Wreck up at the front. Caution! Clay Kirchenbauer is involved. Looks like it happens right in front of the 92 gets together. Look like Richie Joplin, the 92, get together. Brandon Newby gets caught. Brandon actually manages to... Oh! What a save by Brandon Newby. Lonnie Roberts gets caught. Tony Karen also involved. And big hits there in the kink on the backstretch. newbie save is nothing short of spectacular. Justin Swafford also gets hit hard in this one. Swafford hard into the outside wall. Gets hit several times over the course of the crash. A lot of guys come... Oh! That was even bigger than we originally thought. Not a lot of room once cars go crazy here. Lane Corey was loose off of turn 2, checked up, almost had it saved, end up hard into the infield wall. A lot of drivers on pit road now. A lot of drivers on pit road for repairs. A lot of trucks caught up in that one. Patrick Piper was on pit road. Ryan McDaniel, Jason Miz, Jarrett Woodard, Mickey Mouse, Justin Swafford, Lane Corey. Pudge ended up towing to the pits, as did Clay Kirchenbauer and Sean Corbridge. 3 drivers damaged so heavily they had to be towed to pit road. That's going to be a heartbreak and set them back several laps here at Phoenix. This late in the season, some of these drivers cannot afford to give up any points. Being on pit road this early is going to be a problem, especially for a guy like Pudge, who is currently 4th in points. Clay Kirchenbauer had been working up the points recently as well. He's on pit road. Pudge is now off of pit road. Should see Clay off momentarily. A lot of drivers getting manual repairs under this stop. Kenny Hyde Jr., Jeremy Gardner will have the front row on the restart. Patrick Gitter, Jacob Morgan on the second row, Blake Vick and PJ Cox on the third. Newbie and Lonnie Roberts on the fourth, Colby Whipple and Michael Doan at rounding out the top 10. Coming through 3 and 4, the pace car about to drop in. Pace car is in. Here we go again. Kenny Hyde fires green flag in the air. Kenny gets a great jump on the field. Gardner slips into second. Patrick Gitter still right with him. Jacob Morgan in 4th, and here comes Blake Vicken now in 5th. Biggest mover so far, and I've been waiting for this moment for a while. Russell Worth has finally come to terms with all that Chevy power and is marching his way forward, up 10 spots already. John Billingsley up 15 spots right behind him. Kevin Bernheimer up 13th. Jack is currently in 14th, up 14 spots. Several drivers pick up a lot of spots just by virtue of that wreck, but a lot of guys really charging forward. And speaking of forward, Jeremy Gardner is back in the lead. Kenny Hyde Jr. now has to battle Patrick Gitter for second. Jacob Morgan right behind him, waiting for a door to open. Jacob Morgan has something on the back bumper of his car. Let's see if we can see. Oh, it's a Cardinals. Caution is out. Lane Corey is caught up in it again. Oh, they try to go 3 wide through the kink. That never ends well. Michael Doan involved right in the middle of this mess. He was also in the first big one. Only 3 trucks. No, we had more trucks caught from behind. As Mickey Mouse gets caught in it again. The Mouseketeers will be working overtime to get that truck running again. Kenny Hyde Jr. is on pit road from second place. Brandon Newby, Colby Whipple, Patrick Piper, Justin Swafford, Jason Miss, Richie John. I'm really surprised they have very few green flag laps on these tires. This has got to be a fuel move, but they haven't used a ton of fuel yet either. Let's see if Kenny Hyde Jr. getting some repairs. Richie's getting some repairs. Some of these drivers getting repairs, but I saw right side tires up on a couple of cars. Russell Worth, look at this. Kevin Bernheimer is now all the way up into 7th place. Hey, Kevin, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, buddy. What's going on?
Hey, you're up almost 20 spots already. Are you just going to cruise your way to the front tonight?
Yeah, I figure I just take my time and let everybody do whatever they're doing and see what happens.
Well, man, you are definitely coming through it. I know you got a little bit in that first wreck. Didn't look like you got touched at all in that second one, and it's got you all the way up here now.
Yeah, you know how I feel about tracks that are shaped like triangles, so we'll see how this goes.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All right, thanks, sir.
Kevin Bernheimer out there, one of the best at these kind of tracks. So these guys might be in trouble. The further up he gets, the faster I expect that truck to go. They stack back up for the restart. Gardner and Gitter on the front row. Jacob Morgan, Blake Vicken on the second. PJ Cox, Lonnie Roberts on the third. Russell Worth and Kevin Bernheimer have the fourth row. Richie Joplin, and look at this. Jack is now into the top 10. Getting ready for the pace truck or the pace car to drop on in. Out of turn 4, pace car is in, and here we go again. Gardner gets another good jump. Green flag in the air. Patrick Gitter back to second. Now has Jacob Morgan looking. Can't quite get there yet. Blake Vicken in fourth. Lonnie Roberts is on a mission tonight. He is now up into 5th. PJ Cox now up here in 6th. Russell Worth in 7th. Bernheimer and Richie Joplin battling it out for 8th. A lot of different lines being used back in the pack, especially down the back straightaway. Oh, we've got cars getting the wall already. Do believe that was Kenny Hyde Jr. Nope, I am sorry. That was Whipple that got a little bit of the wall there out of 4. Everybody keeps going the right way. and multiple grooves being used around this track, especially through 3 and 4. Kenny Hyde Jr. looking to fight his way back up to the front. Jarrett Woodard currently in 15th after starting in 19th. James Smith in 16th. Mickey is now back up into 17th. Michael Doan is in 18th. Jason Miz is in 19th. Ryan McDaniel in 20th. Tony Karen 21st. 22nd is Lane Corey. Patrick Piper back in 23rd. Brandon Newby had a really rough start to this one. He is all the way back in 24th. Pudge is a lap down in 25th. Clay Kirchenbauer and Sean Corbridge off track, possibly out of the event. Gardner opened up a bit of a gap over Patrick Gitter at the moment. Jacob Morgan still staying right even with them. Blake Vicken also there. Lonnie Roberts, PJ Cox, Bernheimer still holding on to 7th, trying to run him down. Richie Joplin in 8th. Russell Worth in 9th place. He's drifted back a couple of spots, and he's about to have his hands full of Justin Swafford and with Jack. Swafford and Jack. Oh, it gets a little dicey off 4. You come off a turn 4 on the bottom, your car tends to get loose. You come off a turn 4 on the high line, and it wants to push into that outside wall, and things get really, really dicey there. Kenny Hyde Jr., after starting in 2nd place, is all the way back in 10th. Not sure why he pitted a few laps ago. I think they were expecting a long green flag run. Likely topped off on fuel and might have gotten right. So, wow. It is getting really dicey off turn 2 as Russell Worth loses a couple positions to Jack and to John Billingsley. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter is just falling behind Gardner. Gardner in the lead as a 1.5 second lead over Patrick Gitter in 2nd. Jacob Morgan, Blake Vicken right there with Patrick Gitter. Gardner has been extremely fast the last few weeks, but only picking up 3 or 4 points at a time, not making any huge gains on the points leader. Lonnie Roberts holding on to 5th place at the moment. Kevin Bernheimer, though, starting to run him down just a little bit. Kevin back in 6th, just under a second behind, has PJ Cox and Richie Joplin right there with him. Justin Swafford, Kenny Hyde Jr. both trying to make their way back up where they started. Gardner in the lead will start to face lap traffic before too terribly much longer. As he comes down the front straightaway, trying to get a look and see just how much and look at this mess back here. Jason Miz on the bottom, really trying to move forward. Russell Worth just gets back by him on the high side. Now Miz is about to be stuck in the middle. He manages to get that car back down, but man, things are getting exciting. Mickey Mouse has the best view in the house. Let's ride a lap along with him. Across the start-finish line here. Down into the 11 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2. Just a dab of the brakes, sets the nose, then back on the throttle, down through the back straightaway. No shortcuts here. Drive it like God intended. Back down into 3 and 4, 9 degrees of banking, and then back on the throttle. You see how much he's having to work the wheel all the way around the truck, or all the way around the track. The truck is never settled. Looks like Mickey still has a little bit of right front damage as well. Meanwhile, Jeremy Gardner's lead continues to grow. Now almost 4 seconds over Patrick Gitter. Jacob Morgan, Blake Vicken still right there with Gitter. Bernheimer has now made his way into the top 5. He's up 21 spots so far. Does look like he is the biggest mover so far, followed by Jack, up 17 spots, and John Billingsley up 15. Jack currently in 11th, Billingsley in 12th. Gardner's lead just continues to grow, now 5 seconds. As we mentioned, this track is only 1 mile, so he is going to be up into lap traffic before too terribly much longer. Last caution was around lap 12. About 20 laps into this, he might start seeing traffic before long. That could be his biggest advantage or disadvantage, depending on how cooperative traffic is here tonight. Patrick Gitter in second, has Blake Vicken all over the back bumper. Jacob Morgan has fallen back several spots. He is now back into 6th. And Blake Vicken is looking for second place. He gets the nose down under Patrick Gitter here. Catches a little bit of the apron, but holds it. Just can't complete the pass. And now look at Bernheimer come alive. Bernheimer down under Vicken for third. Vicken trying to keep it pinched down. Vicken gets a little bit high out of the turn here. Off of turn 4. Blake still trying to find a way around Patrick Gitter. He is not going to have much time left, though, to fight him off. Kevin Bernheimer now up to 5th, trying to reel in Kenny Hyde Jr. Jacob Morgan trying to reclaim that spot. Not enough there yet, and here comes Kenny Hyde Jr. under Blake Vicken. Will Bernheimer have the opportunity to get down under it? Not quite yet, but, oh, a little bump. Kenny Hyde Jr. gets a little too much of the apron through 3 and 4. Here's another big mover. John Billingsley up 16 spots into 11th. Jack is all the way up into 12th. Colby Whipple in 13th. Jason Miz in 14th. James Smith now up to 15th. Ryan McDaniel currently running in 16th. Michael Doan in, oh wow, Doan getting very close to that outside wall. Tony Karen back in 18th. Patrick Piper in 19th. Mickey is now in 20th. Looked like Patrick Piper was thinking about making it 3 wide there. Is he still thinking about doing it? Patrick Piper wants to go but cannot find a gap to get into. Mickey Mouse currently running in 20th. Hyper looks like he might clear Michael Dome this time. And he does, but it was close. Mickey taking the opportunity, opts through the open door. Pudge is still out on track. Currently 1 lap down, just trying to find a way back to the lead lap. Still has a lot of right side damage on the truck. Russell Worth is on pit road and Jarrett Woodard has crashed. No caution yet. Let's see what happened here. Woodard off of turn 4, hard into the outside wall. Manages to say, oh, that's how Russell Worth ended up on pit road, ladies and gentlemen. Caution is out. Here comes Russell off of turn 4. He's got a clean line, just nowhere to go. He was moving down the track. Wow. Not often you see a pit road entry like that. All right, you know what? If you're weak in the stomach, or if you get car sick, don't watch this next part. This is Russell Worth's in-car cam. Off turn 4, he tries to avoid it. Rides down the rail, flips over, and ends up on his lid. That is one way of getting to pit road. Tough break for Russell. He had a great early start to this race. And now everybody's going to be on pit road this time as Jeremy Gardner leads them down. Patrick Gitter, or Kenny Hyde Jr. second, Patrick Gitter third, Blake Vick in fourth, and Jacob Morgan in fifth. Now it's going to be a race to see which team can get the pit stop done first, and it does look like Pudge will get back to the lead lap on this one. Pudge is on pit road as Gardner leads them off pit road. Now Kenny Hyde in second, Blake Vicken in third, Patrick Gitter in fourth, and Kevin Bernheimer up into fifth. John Billingsley up 20 spots. See if we can get a word with him. Hey, John, this is Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's been a wild run for you so far tonight, but now you're up 20 spots, up into 7th. Can you keep moving forward?
I feel like I can. If it just stays green, I feel like I'm better on the long runs than I am on the short runs.
And I know keeping that truck out of trouble has definitely been a huge help for you tonight. You got caught a little bit of that first one, but managed to avoid the second one.
Yeah, it's all. Sometimes it's just all luck out here.
That is definitely true, man. Well, good luck out there. You're having a great run so far, and hope you keep moving forward.
So do I, and I appreciate it.
All right, John Billingsley currently in 7th. Pete, that is definitely the best term for that one. That was a pit bonk. As the lights go out on the pace car, Kenny Hyde Jr., Jeremy Gardner have the front row. Patrick Gitter and Blake Vicken on the second row. Justin Swafford, Kevin Bernheimer on the third row. John Billingsley, Jack Inwood on the fourth. And Jason Miz and Tony Karen rounding out the top 10. Getting ready to go green here again. The pace car about to drop back in. And again, huge shout out to Dean Webb. Auto Crew's doing a great job tonight in race control. This one's going to be a toughie, I can guarantee you that. Pace car is in. Here they go. Green flag is in the air. Gardner gets another good jump on the start. Gardner out front. Kenny Hyde Jr. in second. Patrick Gitter now back to third. Blake Vicken in fourth. Can Vicken finally find a way around Patrick Gitter here? Justin Swafford now up to fifth, and Bernheimer in sixth. Oh! Jack Inwood is getting really loose off turn four. They check up. Jason Miz takes advantage, and caution is out behind. Looks like Mickey Mouse and Lonnie Roberts involved. Off of turn four, we've got one car spinning. The 26 collects Mickey Mouse. As Lonnie Roberts gets a little bit of the apron, gets on the throttle a little too hard. And hard to the inside wall, then hard into Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse ended up having to tow to pit road. Russell Worth also involved. After a promising start to the race, Russell Worth's night is going downhill. But in Russell's defense, you'd rather go downhill in a Chevy than uphill in a Ford. Only a few drivers hit pit road. Brandon Newby, PJ Cox, Lonnie Roberts. Blake Vick and Curley in fourth place. Let's see if we can get a word. Hey Blake, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, it was exciting in practice, but in the race, you've been able to stay right there with Patrick and Jeremy. Can you get past them and get up front?
I think I can if I can just get to the outside of Patrick.
That looks like it might be a little bit difficult here tonight, but I have to ask, at the end of the race, will you assume your usual parking spot?
I will indeed.
Well, hopefully you'll be assuming that while celebrating a victory, buddy. Good luck. You're having a great one so far.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right, Blake Vicken, Curley running in fourth, having a great night so far. Blake Curley in eighth in points. One of the two drivers in the top 10 who does not have a win this season. Could it come tonight at Phoenix? Kenny Hyde Jr. second, Patrick Gitter third, Blake Vicken in fourth, Kevin Bernheimer in fifth, Justin Swafford in sixth, Jack is in seventh, Jason Miz in eighth, John Billingsley up 18 spots into ninth, Tony Karen in 10th, Patrick Piper, Michael Doan, Ryan McDaniel, Richie Joplin, and James Smith 11th through 15th, and Lane Corey, Jacob Morgan, PJ Cox, Lonnie Roberts, and Colby Whipple rounding out the top 20. Brandon Newby in 21st, the last car on the lead lap. Gardner has had a very dominant race so far, and the cautions have come out just perfectly timed where he has not had to battle through lap traffic. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Coming through 3 and 4, pace car about to drop in. Pace car is in. Gardner controls the restart. He is down and away. Green back in the air. Gardner gets a good jump on the field again. They're side by side for third place as Blake Vicken finally gets position on the high side. Off of turn 4 though, Patrick Gitter still getting a nose ahead. Can Vicken get the, a little bobble out of Vicken. He does not let up. Vicken doesn't lift and off into turn 1. He is starting to pull ahead of Blake Vicken, or ahead of Patrick Gitter. Blake Vicken now to third, Gitter back to fourth. Justin Swafford in fifth. Jason Miz and Kevin Bernheimer battling it out for sixth. Miz up top has been able to take advantage of a lot of chaos so far. He gets into Bernheimer. He got loose off of 4. Caution is out. There's a wreck back behind. Michael Doan and Colby Whipple involved. Off of turn 4 and cold tires strike again. Michael Doan just loses the back end, comes up. Colby Whipple gets caught. Lane Corey gets caught. Out of turn 4, Whipple tries to check up, just nowhere left to go. Lane Corey almost got through this one. Had the perfect, and somehow Jacob Morgan just flies right through it. Let's see if we can get a look at the 24. Not sure how he came through that one unscathed, but it was his lucky night. Kevin Bernheimer is on pit road after that incident and getting loose off of, a car getting loose, getting into him. He is coming down for some repairs. No, he is going to take tires as well. All right, getting word that we should watch this from Brandon Newby's in-car. Off of turn 4, there is the wreck right in front of Newby. Holy cow! Great save by Brandon Newby twice in that incident. And it looks like Kenny Hyde Jr. was seeing if he could fake anybody to pit road. Nobody went for it. And apparently Brandon Newby now needs the brown pants. Hey Brandon, it's Doug. You got me? Hey, Brandon Newby, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
So, you got the brown pants on now, buddy?
Man, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I also was smoke, and then the car appeared. I was like, oh, boy.
That did get a little bit sketchy. Did you get any damage? It didn't look like anybody touched you, but did you get any damage out of that?
No, I didn't get no damage from that. I got damage from lap 1 when I cut the grass dog leg. My truck decided to try to do a front flip.
That was truly impressive, and the fact that you stuck the landing was awesome.
It's been a rough one, man.
Oh, good
I'm gonna
luck,
get
buddy.
buckled back in here, and you have fun watching this.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Alrighty, thank you.
Brandon Nubius definitely had an exciting night tonight. Here we go, getting ready to go green once again. Jeremy Gardner, Kenny Hyde Jr. still control the front of the field. Blake Vick and Patrick Gitter on the second row. Justin Swafford, Jason Miz on the third, Jack Inwood and John Billingsley on the fourth, Patrick Piper and Richie Joplin rounding out the top 10. Pace car is in. Green is in the air. Gardner catches him napping this time. Waited till later to get the start, as we often see Gardner do. Always keeps him guessing on the restarts. Patrick Gitter now clears Blake Vicken back up into third. Swafford now into fourth. Jason Miz, as we mentioned earlier, has driven through literally all the chaos and managed to get his way up into sixth. Jack up into seventh. Oh, we've got a wreck in the middle of the turn. Caution. Looks like Jack was involved in this one. Off they go into turn one. We've got the 38 just tries to drive down underneath. Saw an opening, went for it, and there you have it. Lonnie Roberts appears to have been caught in this one as well. Lonnie goes into turn one up on the high side and has nowhere to go. And just as an update, Pudge is back on the lead lap, currently in 16th. So Pudge has managed to work his way back onto the lead lap. Looks like he'll go in for repairs, but he is back on the lead lap and trying to make his way forward. He's already up 10 spots from where he started. Remember, he did not successfully score a qualifying lap. Started way in the back. James Smith has worked his way up into 11th so far tonight. He was caught in that first wreck as well, but that truck's still in good shape. Hey James, this is Doug. You got me? James Smith, this is Doug. You got me? Looks like James might not be on the mic at the moment, but that is one truck to watch. He has been steadily working his way forward here tonight as well. I think we actually might have caused James an issue here. Whoops, sorry, James. Not sure what happened there. I hope that wasn't our fault, but hopefully he'll get it fixed and get back out there. He was having a great run so far tonight. Lights are out on the pace car. Kenny Hyde Jr. and Jeremy Gardner will lead them down. Patrick Gitter, Blake Vicken on the second row, Swafford and Piper of the third, John Billingsley, Jacob Morgan on the fourth, PJ Cox and Tony Caron rounding out the top 10. Colby Whipple and Ryan McDaniel 11th and 12th, both up 6 spots, both guys to watch. After the pit stops, Pudge is in 13th. So is Pudge on a comeback trail here tonight? Pace car is in. Jeremy Gardner in control. Green is in the air. Gardner trips him up a little bit again on that one. Kenny Hyde Jr. manages to stay with him, but part of the field just has to check up a little bit. Gardner might have waited too long because here comes Blake Vicken by for second. Kenny Hyde Jr. to the lead. Here comes Patrick Gitter for third. Gardner fighting back on the bottom for second place. Blake not making it easy. Blake is going to clear him down into turn 1. And now Gardner has to fight off Patrick Gitter up on the high side. Can't do anything with him. Here, can he get back? He gets back in line before Swafford gets there. Swafford down to the bottom. Gardner last pitted on lap 39 with all... Oh! What a bobble out of Justin Swafford, but another great save. And here comes Patrick Gitter now underneath Blake Vicken through the dog leg. Into turn 3, Patrick Gitter going to second. Blake Vicken fighting back up on the high side. Remember, Blake was able to get past Patrick Gitter up on the high side earlier in the race. Can he hold him off again? Jeremy Gardner right there with and helping. Gardner now has the, a little bit of bump in there down the back straightaway. Off turn 4, Gardner is now back into third, puts Gitter in fourth, already jumps to the bottom. He is looking for second back from Blake Vicken. Down through the dog leg here in the back straightaway. Gardner is not giving up yet, but now he's got both Blake Vicken and Patrick Gitter up on the high side. Doesn't have the same momentum, not enough room to run that truck up at full power. Just past halfway, and Kenny Hyde Jr. already has a 1.3 second lead. Patrick Gitter now going for second against Blake Vicken. Gardner right there with him. Back behind Jacob Morgan and Patrick Piper going at it side by side. Piper on the high side. The high side has definitely been the place to be off of turn 4 tonight. Gitter now into say, holy cow. Vicken goes up the track. Suddenly, was he helped? See if we can get a better view of that pass. Let's back up the replay just a little bit. I do believe there was just a smidge of contact there, but at this track and at the exit of turn 4, that is all it takes. Kenny Hyde Jr. is loving the battling going on, but Patrick Gitter has cleared everybody else and now has his sights set on Kenny Hyde Jr. Blake Vicken in 3rd, Jeremy Gardner in 4th, Justin Swafford in 5th. Everybody's settling into a bit of a rhythm here as the top 10 are single file. And look who has made his way back up into 10th spot after being a lap down and in 20th place. Pudge is now in 10th. He started in 25th, was caught up in that big one, lost a lap due to that, and has still fought his way back to the lead lap and to the top 10. Pudge came in tonight 4th in points, 13 points behind our leader, Kenny Hyde Jr., who has 3rd in points. Kenny Hyde Jr. extending that lead almost 2 seconds over Blake Vicken. Now lap traffic is coming into play. Patrick Gitter was starting to pull away from Blake Vicken. Blake now starting to reel him back in. He's bringing Gardner with him. Morgan and Swafford go at it again. Swafford gets the momentum off of turn 4, down the front stretch. Oh, what a move! As they go by the lap car of Lane Corey, who is currently in 23rd, just turning laps, hoping to pick up a couple of spots here. Kenny Hyde Jr. is leading now 2.3 seconds. Just under 50 laps to go here. And potentially one green flag pit stop before this is all said and done. Pudge is now up into 9th and has John Billingsley in his sights. Pudge looks down to the bottom. Billingsley drifts up a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4. Pudge all the way to the apron out of 4. Trying to get as much momentum as is possible here. Kenny Hyde Jr. last pitted on lap 39, and we heard it mentioned in pre-race. You can shift a couple of different spots on the track, especially in 1 and 2, to gain some extra time as the tires wear. Let's see if Kenny has started shifting yet. He definitely is. There he went back down into 3rd. Back on the throttle. Back to 4th. And back down the straightaway. He is shifting at both ends of the track. One of the few tracks on the circuit where you can get some benefit out of shifting, but done wrong, it can very easily unsettle and spin the truck. Blake Vickens still holding on to third, Gardner in fourth, Justin Swafford back in fifth. Jacob Morgan in sixth, Patrick Piper in seventh, Pudge now up into eighth. Richie Joplin now in ninth, John Billingsley in 10th. Kevin Bernheimer starting to make his way forward again. He is now up into 11th, and Tony Karen up to 12th. Colby Whipple into the 13th. PJ Cox in 14th. Ryan McDaniel currently in 15th. Jack is in 16th. Brandon Newby, the last car on the lead lap, in 17th. Then you have Jarrett Woodard, Russell Worth. Actually, those are the last two cars in the field. It looks like quite a few retirements in the first half of this race. Kenny Hyde Jr., 3.5 second lead over Patrick Gitter. And Patrick is about to have his hands full. Blake Vickens got to run. Blake Vicken has had the advantage from the exit of turn 4 all the way through to the back straightaway. He loses some ground in turn 3, but he definitely makes it up everywhere else on the track. It might be just a matter of time before he gets back by Patrick. Jeremy Gardner waiting to take advantage of whatever Blake Vicken finds. Justin Swafford back in 5th, a bit behind this battle. And Gardner down to the bottom. Can't get it yet. Swafford almost 3 seconds behind this battle. He's about to have Jacob Morgan on his bumper. Pudge now up into 7th is running down Morgan as well. Richie Joplin, Patrick Piper, and John Billingsley all right there, as well as Kevin Bernheimer. And Kenny Hyde Jr. looks ahead into the one thing that could cause him the most problems, lap traffic. Russell Worth is the first lap car he'll encounter here. Kenny Hyde Jr. quickly catching up to Russell. Russell hops up to the high side to let him by. And Kenny's lead now 4 seconds over Patrick Gitter. Blake Vicken and Jeremy Gardner have been unable to do anything with Patrick Gitter thus far. Justin Swafford back in 5th, now 3.5 seconds back from that battle. Jacob Morgan in 6th, now has Pudge all over the back bumper. I think Richie might have gotten a little bit of the wall. Something happened to Jacob off turn 2 because Pudge comes flying by. Richie takes advantage of the opening. Jacob Morgan now back into 8th. Let's see if he has the same problem. I think he drove into turn 1 too deep last time. So easy to overdrive this track, especially once you're in a rhythm. You look in the mirror, you see somebody, you think, I can push it another 2 or 3%. You really, really can't. Patrick Piper in 9th and John Billingsley in 10th. Looks like John might actually have a connection issue here. Justin Swafford in 5th. Now it's Pudge running him down. Brandon Newby trying to run down Jack. Ryan McDaniel ahead of them by quite a bit. And then look at... Oh, Bernheimer's in the wall. Bernheimer was in 11th trying to fight his way back up toward the front. Gets the wall out of turn 4. Jack Inwood goes from 17th to pit road. The first of the green flag pit stops. Kenny Hyde Jr. in the lead. The fall off has not been extremely dramatic here. Only about 1 1/4 seconds over the course of 60 laps. Kenny Hyde Jr.'s best lap, 28.14. Last time by, 29.37. Actually, that time was even faster, 29.15. And Patrick Gitter is coming to pit road, brings Blake Vicken and Jeremy Gardner with him. Kenny Hyde Jr. stays out. The final stops of the race at lap 95. Justin Swafford stays out. Jacob Morgan, John Billingsley. This pit road exit is extremely tricky, as here comes Kenny Hyde Jr. We could see problems as they come off of pit road. Gardner's the furthest forward. And here they come. There is the pit road exit straight onto the back straightaway. Blake Vicken back behind. Patrick Gitter is the first one off. Can Kenny Hyde Jr. get back off pit road before Patrick Gitter gets back around? Here he comes. Kenny Hyde Jr. still holds the lead. Gitter is in 1 and 2. Can he get up to speed? Here comes Patrick Gitter. Can Kenny Hyde Jr. hold him off? Blake Vicken is crashed behind. Caution! Cold tires. Blake Vicken off into 1 and 2. And those cold tires just not up. Not up to full grip, not up to full temperature. A couple of drivers slid behind him, including Nowski off into turn 1. Same type of deal. Off of turn 2, just a little bit of a drift down the back straightaway. Richie Joplin, I think, got a little bit of pudge there. Hey, Dean, happy to. It's been an exciting one for sure. And great job tonight by Dean Webb and Auto Cruz. This has definitely got to be a tough one to race control. Although I could not imagine trying to race control the new version of Phoenix where you're cutting down the back straightaway. That would be a nightmare. Kenny Hyde Jr. is stopping. Looks like, not sure what happened to Kenny Hyde Jr. He continues to drop spots. Pudge is on pit road, and Patrick Gitter is back to the lead. Will Kenny come back to the front and reclaim his spot? He is being scored as being back in 16th place. So the lead now goes to Patrick Gitter. He's got Jeremy Gardner on the back bumper. Blake Vicken in third. Justin Swafford in fourth. Richie Joplin in fifth. Kevin Bernheimer is sixth. Patrick Piper in seventh. Colby Whipple is eighth. PJ Cox in ninth. And Tony Karen in 10th. PJ Cox has had a great run tonight. Currently in ninth place. Has been in the top 10 all night. A great points night for PJ as well, as he started the night 19th in points. As they stack back up for the restart. Kenny Hyde Jr. will restart back in 13th place. So Patrick Gitter and Jeremy Gardner will go at it again. They've been going at it all season for the points. Now they restart side by side. This time Patrick Gitter controls the restart. Pace car is in. Gitter fires. They're down and away. Green flag in the air. It's 25 to go at the line. Patrick Gitter pulls away early. Blake Vicken and Justin Swafford side by side. They almost touch through 1 and 2 side by side through the dog leg. Right behind them, Bernheimer and Richie Joplin going at it. Patrick Piper now up to 8th. Tony Karen up to 9th. PJ in 10th. Patrick Gitter starting to pull away just a little bit. Gardner has about 23 laps left. They get back around him and hope that he goes backwards. Justin Swafford in third. Blake Vicken in fourth. Kevin Bernheimer currently in fifth. Vicken's starting to look low. Swafford shuts the door. Gardner is starting to pull up as Ryan McDaniel has gone off track. Oh, looks like McDaniel and Newby get together just a little bit. Coming off of turn 2, Ryan goes down to the infield. That was not a dirty McDaniel, though, as per my understanding of what a dirty McDaniel is. Gardner just turned the fastest lap of the race tonight. Patrick Gitter still has the lead, coming to 20 laps to go. Gardner all over him. Blake Vicken in third is drifted back, and now Swafford in the fight. Richie Joplin has cleared Patrick Piper. Richie now into the top 5, and here comes Bernheimer into 6th. Piper still holding on in 7th place. Kenny Hyde Jr. is 8th. Colby Whipple in 9th. Tony Karen in 10th. What a variety of lines we have seen through the turns tonight. Seen several different moves through the turns I've never even seen before here. And guys really making it work on the long runs, finding a speed where there just wouldn't seem like there is some, as Jacob Morgan is back on the attack. Down under PJ Cox, he is trying to get back into the top 10. Patrick Gitter is in trouble. Gardner's got a nose in. Off of turn 4, Gardner full throttle. Can't hold it yet, but definitely making Patrick Gitter work for it tonight. They have pulled almost 2 seconds ahead of third place Blake Vicken. Pudge, after the incident just a little bit ago, is now back into 15th place. That truck is heavily damaged. And now they're going to be into lap traffic here in a moment. Ryan McDaniel has come to pit road. 15 laps to go for the leaders as they start to encounter lap traffic again. Can't tell what color, or Jack's truck is pretty jacked up itself. As third place, Blake Vicken goes by. Justin Swafford now goes by in 4th. Here comes Richie Joplin in 5th. Patrick Gitter trying to put a gap on Gardner. Can't seem to get very far away. Ryan McDaniel is back out on track. Swafford holding on to 4th, but Richie Joplin is closing in. Kenny Hyde Jr. restarted back, I believe, 13th. And has made his way back up into 6th place. Has definitely been one of the fastest trucks all night long. And actually, he is within striking distance of Richie Joplin and Justin Swafford, so he might continue to move his way back up. He came into tonight 3rd in points. 13 points ahead of Pudge. Where Pudge is running now, he'll open that gap even further. They're going to come back around and get 10 to go. Gardner back to the back bumper on Patrick Gitter. Blake Vicken in third, 2 seconds behind this battle. Justin Swafford in fourth. And here is Kenny Hyde Jr. about to take fourth place. Oh, you couldn't fit a piece of paper between those two right now. Kenny Hyde Jr. trying to take fourth away from Swafford. Swafford's not giving it up easy. Ryan McDaniel, Jarrett Woodard are involved in the crash. No caution yet. Kenny Hyde Jr. finally clears up into fourth. He's 2.3 seconds behind Vicken. What happened with McDaniel and Jarrett Woodard? Oh, big hit in turn 3. Looks like Ryan just got in a little too deep, gets into the back of Brandon Newby. Yeah, he just got in too deep, pushed up into Newby. Jarrett Woodard had nowhere to go. 7 laps to go, and here we go. Jeremy Gardner is going for the lead again. Patrick Gitter just shuts the door again, but he is not rid of Gardner yet. And while they're battling it out, Blake Vicken is actually starting to close in. But he might want to focus on his mirror because Kenny Hyde Jr. is close. Caution is out. And it looks like Jack is involved down into turn 3. I think his engine might have let go on that one. It looked like the engine, something let go on that truck. It snapped around. Definitely was a rough night for you, Clay. Is Blake Vicken faking to pit? No, he is going to pit road. Patrick Gitter, Jeremy Gardner, and Kenny Hyde Jr. stay out. Richie stays out. Blake Vicken, Justin Swafford, Kevin Bernheimer, Jacob Morgan, Colby Whipple, Tony Carey, Pudge, Ryan McDaniel, all on pit road. 7 drivers stay out. Patrick Gitter, Jeremy Gardner, Kenny Hyde Jr., Richie Joplin, Patrick Piper, PJ Cox, and John Billingsley all stay out on track. Everybody else on the lead lap is on pit road. This could get very interesting for a lot of these drivers. They're going to have fresh tires and be a lot faster coming from the back, but it will be limited laps. They'll only have a few laps to see if they can get up there and pick somebody off. It's going to get very aggressive. This time Gardner will restart on the high side. Kenny Hyde Jr., Richie Joplin right behind him. Kenny Hyde Jr. has fought his way back up. Restarted in 13th and charges back up into 4th. Or 3rd, excuse me. He'll have one final shot at the win. This is going to be a wild green-white checkered finish. The top 7 all on equal tires, everybody behind them on fresh tires. Justin Swafford is the highest scored driver on fresh tires as they stack back up. Everybody from Swafford on back, 4 fresh Goodyears. Really surprised to see Blake Vicken on pit road on that one. Will he benefit after giving up 4th and going back to 10th? Pace car about to drop in. Kenny Hyde Jr. had to go to the back due to jumping the start on the lap 40 restart. And has fought his way back up to the front. Here we go. Patrick Gitter fires. They're down and away. Kenny Hyde Jr., Richie Joplin go at it side by side. Jeremy Gardner right on the back bumper of Patrick Gitter. It's 3 wide back behind. They are... Oh! What a great save, Patrick Piper. And Justin Swafford saved. That truck was completely out of shape. White flag is in the air. Patrick Gitter has it. Here comes Kenny Hyde Jr. Through 1 and 2. Kenny down to the bottom. He has got to run. Gardner blocks to the high side. Kenny down to the bottom. Now Gardner down to the bottom. Through 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Off of turn 4. Gitter's got it. They bang, and it is Patrick Gitter at the line. Gardner comes home second. Kenny Hyde Jr. comes home in third. The big one happens behind him. Richie Joplin finishes 4th. Kevin Bernheimer is 5th. Holy cow, what a finish. Let's see if we can get a word with Kenny. Matt, we almost saw the slide jump. Hey, Kenny, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
That was a full send last lap.
Yeah, that was a lot. I really wish the outcome would have been a little different, but it is what it is.
Well, man, you had a heck of a run. I know you said you got an EOL for a jumped restart, and it put you back restarting about 13th, and you charged forward up into 3rd by the time the race is over.
Yeah, that yellow was the saving grace to try to have something for the end there, and luckily you got a top 3 out of it. Not that it was what I was anticipating, but still a good run.
Well, you definitely had one of the strongest trucks all night long. You had a great run, a great comeback as well, man. Congratulations, a great night.
Thank you, and if I don't say this, my brother-in-law is going to yell at me. Let's go Mets.
Yeah. All right, congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get a hold of Jeremy Gardner. Hey, Jeremy, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, that last lap got a bit wild. You guys were door banging off turn 4. Did you know he had beat you when you got to the line?
Oh, yeah, I already knew he had the high line. He definitely had the run out of the corner.
It honestly, coming out of 4, it looked like you might have had something for him for a minute there.
Yeah, I drove it in way too hard, but I was just going to send it in there. The right front on that thing was absolutely killed.
I'm sure there wasn't much left on that, but man, you ran one heck of a race all night long. You were one of the top trucks all night long. Just a bad restart here, and it just didn't give you the opportunity to fight Patrick for it.
Yeah, the restart side definitely ain't my thing, but I at least stuck in there. I'm happy with second. I'll take it.
Well, man, congratulations. Another great run tonight.
Appreciate it.
And Patrick Gitter, let's see if we can get a hold of him. Hey, Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. I got you.
Hey, win a number 7 on the season. You're going to extend your points lead again just a little bit, and 3 races left to go. You might have just reached untouchable status.
Man, well, you know, it's I don't know what to expect week to week. Like I don't know how many weeks it's been since I had a win here, so I'm glad to have one tonight. But I had no clue how that was going to shake out, man. Gardner was fast. You know, we were battling there at the end. Swafford was fast. Blake was fast. Kenny, I mean, Kenny to get the EOL and come back to third is just that blows my mind. So a lot of guys were fast tonight, and I just got lucky there in the end. It was kind of a right place, right time kind of situation.
Well, you definitely got the perfect restart on that. Starting on the bottom had kind of been the bane of being the leader all night long, but you made it work this time.
Yeah, that's such a tricky part here. I mean, you've got to be able to pass on the outside, so I was trying to start as early as I could as soon as the pace car went in without being totally predictable at the same time. So it was interesting. I knew it was all going to come down to that restart. You know, going into 3 and 4 there on the last lap, I tried to stay high. I was thinking the high line would probably have the better run on exit. It had all night. But you know, shout out to Gardner for just, you know, that last lap was really clean, especially in 3 and 4. That was fun there, racing at the end. So good race. You know, and just looking forward to next week.
Well, congratulations, man. I think you can actually officially lock it up next week, but I haven't done the math on it yet. But it has been a great season. You've been dominant most of the season, so congratulations. And it looks like you might be taking home a title in a few weeks.
Man, I hope so. This has been a really fun league. It's been the first big one like this that we've put on as a community for Pudge and Nowski Nation. So just shout out to a lot of our guys. I mean, Pudge obviously for throwing it on, Auto Cruise and Dean Webb for running race control for us. You know, that's a huge job to take on just to make sure our races are clean and fair and orderly. So shout out to those guys, and the Triple Nickel Setup Shop, shop, they got it sponsored for us tonight. So throwing a shout out to those guys.
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
Yep. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
Patrick Gitter gets win number 7. Blake Vicken parks appropriately at the end of pit road. Another great race and 3 more left to go in the season. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Does Gardner have anything left for Patrick Gitter in these final 3 races? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night as the American All-Star Dirt Series starts up again. That promises to be a lot of fun, slinging some dirt and having a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had as much fun as we did. Have a wonderful night.